Is it time to reveal your real magic and become seen, known, and valued? So, welcome to today's Visionary Voices deep dive, and today we're talking about shining your essence. And if we haven't met before, if you're new to me, hi, I'm Rinak. I'm a deep dive visibility mentor who helps soulful business owners and creatives to really shift your energy so you can show up and shine and be visible and overcome those frozen parts that we can also easily run into. And that's been my story for much of my life, so I really get it. So if you're here with me live, or if you're watching the replay, just type in hi or type in replay, and I will respond to all your comments when I see them. Hi Wendy, thanks for joining me. Sorry I was a few minutes late today without my tech glitches. So today's topic is shining your essence, and just to give you some context for this, one of the things that I say regularly is that visibility, for me anyway, my approach is all about connection. Connection to self, connection to source, and connection from there to others as well. So it's all about the connection. And if you're struggling with visibility, as many of us do when we're getting to the next level, hi Monica, beautiful to see you here. So, visibility is all about connection to self, to source, to others. And if we're struggling with visibility, what we need to do, from my perspective, is shift our energy to become more at ease and more magnetic and more open, rather than kind of, I'm putting myself out there, but really energetically, I'm still hiding. That's a tricky process. So there's two ways to shift the energy. One is to go to the root of the pattern that you're struggling with, and that's what I call clearing the visibility blocks. And I spoke about that in my challenge a few weeks ago, for those of you that were there. And the other way to shift the energy is to step into the new energy. And both of these things are really important, and that's what I call embodying your visibility superpowers. So what we're talking about today, it falls into this second camp of stepping into the new energy, the expanded energy, who you really are. So I'd love to hear what's your experience about this topic, your struggles with visibility, what you've done to shift the blocks, and how you can help yourself to shift into the new energy. What's your experience? So just let me know in the comments what you're relating to in what I'm saying. Because one of the things that I've discovered is that really made a huge difference for me is that to embody what I call your visibility superpowers even more, it helps to identify your unique essence, your beautiful essence qualities. This is your unique energy, who you are at your beingness, who you are when you're not doing anything, when you're just in your beingness, when you're just present, what people receive from your presence with no effort on your part, because this is what you can radiate with most ease, and this is how you can shine and shift into that. And the other thing about your essence qualities is that you are totally unique. There is no one else who is just like you. And so when you really embrace and embody your unique essence qualities, it really helps us to shift out of that, the seeking approval, looking for affirmations from others, kind of, looking for permission to show up and shine. And it also helps us shift out of that idea of competition or comparison. Who has that imposter syndrome, comparisonitis? Who am I to, to shine? When you really are connected to, this is what my uniqueness is, my unique essence quality is, there's no competition in the game of you. There can only be one you, So it's beautiful to to really embrace this as well. Because if you think of all the stars in the sky, each one is shining, each one is celebrated, each one, and each one of us, as we shine, we create more light in the world. We light it up. So, and it's also your natural and most precious gift, your essence quality. And we often overlook it because it comes so easily to us. We can think, oh, this has no value, because it's like, well, that's so easy for me. Why would somebody else value it? Because it's so easy for me. So what we're going to be doing in this short session is discovering how to get clear on your essence and the difference it can make to your confidence to show up and shine. So I'd love to hear from you. What do you already know about your essence, and what are you really curious about this topic? So Monica's saying, love this topic. I'm always fascinated to discover more pieces of my essence so I can contribute purposely with it. Thank you, Monica. Yeah, disconnection feels stressful. Yeah, absolutely. So this is an easy, quick way to connect and to remind yourself about who you really are and the value that you bring to the world, because we need reminding. I know for me, I had to connect with this quite early on, even before I started my business full time, because I realized that I was hiding my true essence qualities. I was hiding when I was still working as a CEO, I was very good at getting things done and strategic and a leader and powerful. But I realized that I was hiding my intuitive gifts and my magic. And to set up my business as a coach, if I wasn't really leading with that, I wouldn't really be charging for the depths of what I do. So I got connected to my essence qualities of depth, and deep is what everybody says about me as well. Depth, deep is the feedback that I get most often from people. That's just who I am. And then there's also the magical, sensitive, intuitive, the creative, the visionary. It took me a while to piece all of these together and really own them. And that's what I've built my whole business, my whole brand around, because that's who I am. That's what comes easily to me. That's what people value from me. So I want to help you to do that for yourself as well. So what I want to do here is I'm going to share a beautiful poem with you that I shared when I was in the post before this, Mary Oliver poem. And then I'm going to just stop talking for a minute and have a minute of silence. And I invite you just to experience what you receive from my presence when I don't do anything. I'm just setting up my timer. When I don't do anything, what do you receive from my presence? So first of all, I'm going to speak the poem because that has me opening up and shining. And then you can see, what do you receive from my presence when I just am present without doing anything for a minute. And then I'm going to be inviting you to do this exercise yourself in your own life. So first the poem. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness, I would almost say they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself in which I have goodness and discernment, never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me, the trees stir in their leaves and call out, stay a while. The light flows from their branches, and they call again. It's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light and to shine. It's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light and to shine. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness that I would almost say they save me. And daily I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me the trees stir in their leaves and call out and say, stay a while. The light flows from their branches and they call again. It's simple, they say. And you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light and to shine. And now I'm just going to set my timer for a minute of silence. And I invite you just to notice what you receive from my presence when I don't do anything. Okay, that's my minute. So if you're watching this, just post in the chat, what did you receive from that? I know I could feel myself deepening and opening, and I could also feel the connection between us becoming stronger as I got more present to myself. So again, it's coming back to what I said earlier about visibility being about connection to ourselves, to our source, which is where our essence comes from, and from there to each other. So Wendy is saying feminine grace, thank you. Invitation to deeper beauty, Monica, thank you. So this is one way to really get connected to your essence qualities, especially, so this could be something that you want to do, and I'm going to give you 3 different options to explore. You can do all 3, or just to explore your essence qualities. So this is one of them. You might want to do this 1 minute of silence exercise with people you trust in a safe space, or you might be happy to go live and share a video and do what I've just done, ask for feedback. Up to you. This is something that we do in the Magnetic Presence program inside that very safe space of the group, through sharing a poem and speaking a poem from this place of silence. So if you want a safe space in which to do that, reach out to me and I can let you know more about that program. Another way that you can discover your essence qualities is ask those you trust what they receive from your presence. So here are some good questions, and I will post these in the comments so you also have them as well. So Ask those that you trust what they receive from your presence. Ask them, what do they think is special or unique about you? What do they count on or expect from you? And what would they say to someone else when describing what they should expect from you? And then you might notice keywords that pop up again and again from different people. You could ask this with them in person, or when you're in the right space, or you could ask it in writing so they have time to reflect. So that's the second way that you can work with people to discover your essence qualities. And the third option is to look at the essence qualities of those that you admire. So think about people you admire or are inspired by. It could be a public figure, it could be a historical figure, it could be a fictional character that you love, that you really can resonate with. And what are the qualities that they're expressing? So what are their essence qualities? And then make a list. Make a list and feel into which ones resonate most with you. And it might be that if you do all of these different ways in, is that you have lots of ways to come up with your list of essence qualities that you can feel into and see which ones really feel like me. So there, I'll put that in the comment as well. So beautiful. Wendy, invitation to be within my own container. I love that, Wendy. It's an invitation to be within your own container. And that's what I teach about visibility, because often we think about visibility as I have to go out there into the world and show up and expose myself in a sometimes hostile world. And while that can be true physically, that we can be putting our energy out there energetically, what's most potent, and people who are really good at visibility, is what we can do is we invite people into our world. So when we're really connected to ourselves, that's why it's all about connection to yourself. When you're centered in the field that holds you, the source field, your soul, whatever it is for you, when you're really connected to yourself and you're connected to your source of your energy, and then you connect to others from there, what you're actually doing is you're inviting people into your world. And that's what I did in this demonstration here, this 1 minute of silence, is I'm opening up and inviting you into my world so that you can connect with my essence. And that to me is true visibility. It's really, safe. And it's such a different way of becoming visible that when people discover this, they're going to go, wow, I get to be me. I get to shine, and I get to invite people into my world. And it melts so much of the frozenness and so much that I have to steel myself to go and put myself out there in the world. And we can do that, but we don't want to shine our essence when we don't feel safe. So we can stay in our own energy and invite people into us, and then they get to taste the nectar of our essence. So yes, so Monica's saying beautiful questions. Wendy's, yes, without words, utilizing energy. I felt that. I feel the potency and centeredness. Exactly. That's the key. That's absolutely the key of what shifts. So let me know which options you're going to explore over the coming week. And you can come back and post here in the group what you discover about your essence qualities. I would love to hear from you. And I just want to share some feedback I got from somebody just recently, a few days ago, who did the poetry breakthrough experience. And I just loved the clarity of insight in what she said. So Chantal said, I understand the power of a poem that touches the essence so deeply that reality shifts and that soul parts enter and we become whole. And I'll say that again. This is a comment from feedback from Chantal here in the group. I understand now, from doing poetry breaks, I understand the power of a poem that touches the essence so deeply that reality shifts. Soul parts enter and we become more whole. So this is visibility superpowers. This is how, embodying a poem can really ignite our essence qualities. Because in the magnetic presence program, this is one of the things that we do. We do this 1 minute of silence. The whole group gives each other feedback on the essence qualities. We do it before the Shine the Soul ceremony. Before you speak your poem, you also have that 1 minute of dropping in and connecting deeply with yourself, with your source, with the energy of the group before you shine your soul and speak your poem. And you get so much feedback from others on your essence qualities. So on what that does for people, just to share a few stories of what difference this makes. There was Leodon, one of the participants in our last magnetic presence program. Her intention was to show up with, to be more authentic in her expression. And one of the things that held her back is that she's kind of like, I want to be strong, but also I don't want to, if I'm too fierce, I'll push people away. I'm afraid of being too fierce, but she really needed to own her strength. And she got connected with her essence qualities through the feedback from her group of being both strong and soft and gentle. So then she could really kind of go, oh yeah, I can be strong and soft at the same time. I don't have to choose. And she could really feel that. And she also got connected to the power of her vulnerability. When she would show up vulnerable, she was also being strong at the same time. And she really, really shifted how she had the courage to show up as she was. And Farah was another one who also got connected to the gentle yet fierce, because she was like, yeah, I am fierce and I'm gentle too. And that really gave her permission to show up and shine. And she got connected to her depth and the old soul, the wisdom. She began to own her wisdom, and then she really shifted. She pivoted what she was doing in her business. She created new freebies. She created new offers. It's really working for her. There was also Sandra, who was really stuck in the frozenness of visibility for such a long time, and nothing was working for her to kind of go, I just don't want to step out and be visible. And she really melted so much of her frozen parts, and she got connected with her strength, with her groundedness, and also with her radiance, which she was not connected to before, but she really owned and embraced her unique radiance as well. And there was Simeon, who got connected to his mystical side, his ability as a healer, and his being a gifted speaker, and he completely shifted his whole vocation as well, and gave up his job and got a new one. It was like, yeah, I'm on my soul's path now. So I'd love to hear what you're taking away from this session and what you feel would be possible for you if you really got connected with your essence qualities and allowed your essence to shine in the world. And if you love this and you're feeling called to this, you would love magnetic presence, embody your essence, because that's what it's about and what we do on that call. It's an 8-week program. We do it there and then on the call. There isn't going away and practicing it. You're doing it there and then in the group on those calls, and it's a very magical process. So we're starting next week, that next round on Tuesday, the 2nd of November. If you're called to that, you'll get a personal poetry prescription from me. You'll also get a beautiful book of 50 poems for visibility, really powerful. You'll have that beautiful group. You'll have lots of experience of shifting your energy on the group. And you've got paired breakout sessions where you get to do some of what we did today, speaking a poem and receiving from the other person and really being powerful and vulnerable. So it's a very transformative experience. And if you're interested in that, I would recommend booking a call with me this week and to have a chat about that if you've got any questions. So otherwise, the link is there, and I would love to see you there. And I will also see you here in the group for our weekly trainings. So let me know if you have any questions from that. So Wendy is saying, to be generating my power from a more grounded, centered place, knowing I'm visible without trying so hard. That's exactly it, Wendy. That's what's possible. That was what hopefully I'm demonstrating to you today, is what's possible. Because honestly, I was the poster child for invisibility. My mum said I had the gift of invisibility. So for so many years, for the first 40 years of my life, I was firmly committed to hiding. So it's taken me a lot to open up. So I get it. If I can do it, you can too. Okay, that's all for today. Bye for now. Take care.